If you tune in to me, you're watching Gully TV. I have a very, very special guest. This is his second time on the platform. I've been trying to get him back on here so we can do this right. The first time I was kind of freestyling it. I wasn't 100% familiar with your body of work, but I've read some books since then. Got a little bit more in tune with the Rostrum movement and Pittsburgh overall. So go ahead and introduce yourself, G.
For those who don't know, it's your boy Boaz, Pittsburgh, PA. Lawman Avenue to be exact, man. I'm happy to be here on Gully TV.
No doubt. You caught me off guard, man, with this project. I thought you was done rapping.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, man. Like, you know, I guess anybody outside of the scope of what we do on a daily can't see that, but like, you know, the city, man, we got some big stars, a lot of should I say, competitive entities, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you get I can't go a day in a town without somebody saying, yo, when you dropping, or when you doing X, Y, Z, and you know, so it's like, I knew a lot of the people who was tuned in with me from outside of the city, around the country, around the world was going to be happy to see this, man. And it's like, I feel like I just got to, you know, I'm a dribbler, big bro.
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
No
so
doubt.
like, it ain't, you know, once you got the shot, it's automatic, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I got enough talent to do this whenever I feel like it, man. So, you know, and I ain't saying that from
That's a bold
arrogance.
proclamation.
I'm just saying it from a confident perspective of what I do. Like, I'm a musician, man. And, you know, I'm going to have some fun doing it.
So this comes natural to you.
Bro, it's like riding a bike. It feels great. And, you know, it's just, it feels good to be engaging with the fans, everybody excited and happy to see the project come out. You know, them is the vibes we looking for, bro.
Okay. Before we go off into, you know, the new project, I want to ask you a few questions about Pittsburgh and what y'all got going on down there as far as hip hop. Tell me what's going on down there, man. I be trying to find the pulse. I be trying to find what's going on. Can you give me some insight, some things I can check out, point me in a direction in addition to what you're doing?
Yeah.
What's going on in Pittsburgh on the hip hop tip?
For me, man, I think Pittsburgh has always been like one of those transformative scenes. It ain't like a particular style or particular sound.
Right.
Coming from this, you know, this part of the country we from, we seek influences from all over hip hop, you know. So you might got some brothers that sound like, you know, organic hip hop to the wildest of trap dudes you can possibly come across, man. So, you know, in terms of what to expect, man, you never know what to expect coming up out that city, man, to be honest with you. Some talent for sure, though.
Right.
I'm just saying in terms of style, in terms of, you know, how they rock, and a lot of inspiration from the, what they call that, the drill music. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of the drillers, a lot of the young, hungry hustlers, they ain't got the same attitude we had, let's say, a decade ago, per se. You know, they hold ambitions and visions about the way shit should be going is just different, man. And to see that emerging in hip-hop is like, you know, it's different, but you gotta respect it because, you know, I can contend with their message to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what they're going through, but at the same time, I think hip-hop is just about being a little more expressive. You know, a little bit more capable to be an artist. Yeah. You know, I mean, you gotta show your range, show your style, man. And I think, me personally, that's why I've been able to kind of get through and shine a little differently. That, man, I don't conform to what's hot, or, you know, this style, it seems like what we need to be rocking with now. You know, I make the music I feel, and it seems to always come across organic.
You went directly you said everything that I needed you to say for us to continue this discussion, because when I looked at what's going on in the bird, it's kind of like you said, a little drill dominant right now.
Yeah.
Why has the gangster shit always been prevalent in your city? Tell me that. Because for them to create that type of music, that element was always there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me some insight on why is the gangster shit a big thing in Pittsburgh?
I think that you know, it's like a city of, especially, you know, it's a real thin line in the street between let's say the haves and the have-nots per se, and I think everybody wants to be expressive in that way that comes from the urban communities, because it seems to be the only thing that comes across as cool. And I guess you deal with that in any ghetto around the world. But we got a real demographic dynamic, you know what I mean? So it's neighborhoods that really, you know, they stand on top of their representation. And that seems to be kind of the issue that's in between the growth of the hip-hop scene, is that, you know, give you an example. I'm from Lombard. This is an East Side neighborhood.
Right.
You know, most of the people in the city know my talent. They know my reach. But at the same time, they got their own little entities they rooting for. They homeboys this way, and it just becomes a little harder to gel like glue and really make the scene burst, man. But that gangster shit is like, it's very prominent, man, for the reasons of just being competitive, I guess, man. And I think these days brothers just don't really know how to express that without it overriding their mental stability, man. We really got some individuals that's just live wires, man, and that's just, you know, it takes a while to adjust to really being a professional. When I was telling my man the other day, like, you've been doing this for a long time, and I'm like, yeah, that's why I named the album 20 Summers, man. But a lot of those years, I was, you know, just in the music industry. You know, we need to be trying to learn the music business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got some talent and you know a little bit about the music business.
Yeah.
You can make a way, man. So, you know, I think that they think that shit's just more fly at this point, you know, running around with the hammers and the, you know, the cell phones, you know, the money phones and all that shit. I get it. I respect it.
Right.
I understand it, but at the same time, I think it's breaking the culture of hip-hop as to what it really is. It's supposed to signify growth. You're supposed to see something better when you start making moves that way. And we just got the town looking like, you know, it's wilder than what it is, per se. Not to say it ain't wild. It's extremely dangerous, but that shouldn't be at the forefront of the marketability for the city, man. We should be showing how fly we is, how much love we show in the ghettos. You know, you can come to this particular club and you ain't gotta feel threatened because it's in the urban community, man. That's the dynamic we need to be bringing about.
Right.
So, you know, I think that, you know, I understand I'm in their way sometimes with that thought process and having somewhat of a, I guess, a leader's voice in the community. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, bro, then he on this, he on that. He trying to do X, Y, Z the positive way, but at some point you realize that's the only way, man. I ain't gonna market you to go the other way. I ain't gonna get in your way if you're doing your thing, but at the same time, I'm gonna encourage you to try to do something right.
Right. Okay. Since the last time we had an interview, I had the pleasure I do a lot of reading, and I picked up this book out of Barnes & Noble called Most Dope. And it's the story of Mac Miller, right? And when I interviewed you the first time, I didn't know that you had a connection to that whole little, that whole situation. You were mentioned in the book a few times and shit. In the book, they kind of like said, well, they did say that when they were launching the label, they needed some street credibility, so to speak.
Yeah.
Was that something that was presented to you when they stepped to you with your deal?
Nah, I can't say that, but you kind of get the feel for that. As you know, as projects start to take shape, they kind of like market themselves for whatever the ecosystem's feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I had knew all these dudes before everybody's, you know, success. And at the time, it was just like, I was on a hot streak and they was having extreme success.
Yeah.
So as I had started shopping this product, Artie Pitt, shout out Artie Pitt, he was the vice president over at Rostrum.
Yeah.
And he explained to me, like, look, man, you know, pretty much the same circumstances around the whole industry is how these type of deals play out. You know, so you could take it in the sense where you can go ahead, get X amount of dollars advanced to you and move this way and not have any access to the people at the top.
Yeah.
Or you could come this way, build with us. You know everybody here personally, so we should be able to build on a level where, you know, we be able to iron things out a little more easily and through less channels.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was like, and that took some time. I mean, I ain't really decide on making that decision when it first jumped at me, man. But
Yeah.
Young Mac was like so in Pittsburgh, you got, let's say, the Lower East Side and the Upper East Side.
Okay.
So most of the people of prevalence stay right across Fifth Avenue.
Is that Squirrel Hill?
Pretty much.
Okay.
You got Squirrel Hill, Point Breeze,
Yeah.
Shady Side.
All of those places mentioned in
This
the
is
book.
a real nice area.
Yeah.
5 minutes away, it just glooms on you, right? However, we would cross that border to really, you know, for socialism, interacting with different cultures. A lot of the libraries, the museums, all that's on that side. So if you're taking that type of interest in life, you're going to say, okay, I got to cross Fifth Avenue to go, you know, check out this bookstore, check out this library, this museum. But my man was putting me on the map. He like, yo, I got this young kid. He nice. I mean, he trying to build with you. So, you know, you hear that.
Yeah.
At this time, I'm in motion, so it's like, you know, tell him to send some work. I'm going to check him out.
Yeah.
He sent it. Like, little man snapping on it. Now I want to meet him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I meet him, he was just one of those kids that's like, if he was from the ghetto, you'd like him.
No doubt.
But he's not. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But he's real. He was a young man. He
Yeah.
wasn't, you know, he was honest, upfront, sincere about what he wanted to do. So I'm like, let's build on it, man. We go in, we knock the joint out. And he was just like elated by that, man. Like, you know, I seen it spark in him that, man, this shit is, you know what I mean? I'm getting next to my favorite rappers now, and they just had that, you know, he had that edge with knowing Tech was one of the huge advantages that they had. The crew, everything was solid. It was quite different from the hood groups. It was just like, okay, these young brothers is having some motion.
Yeah.
But we just started rocking after that, man. And him getting with Rostrum was really like, after we had my partner DJ Chef.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My man's like, yo, he ain't know what to do with him at the time. Just like, this kid. But homie's like, nah. If you see this through, and it was interesting because they played a ghetto scenario off of a more prevalent kid.
Yeah.
Like he kind of showed you like, nah, I'm not with all that rich shit. Kick these off, blow a joint. I want to go to the hood. I want to do normal shit. You know what I'm saying? But just a fly little dude, man. And I was loving the way he was molding into a success. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't seeing it in the sense of like, snubbery.
Yeah.
He was happy to offer his influence.
No doubt.
Which was big for the whole situation, you know what I'm saying? But he never slighted me in his sense of gratitude, appreciation, inspiration, you know what I'm saying? He always made it his business to remind me of that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, Wiz too. You know what I'm saying? Like, these is both brothers.
Yeah.
But I just brought a lot of competitiveness about on the label in terms of leads, who dropping first, who dropping when, resources.
You giving me everything I wanted to know because
You know
I read the book, man. I love this book.
Man, he was that fly of a little dude though, man. And you know, like, even with the drug shit, like, it kind of threw me because I know what time you on, but I hate to see it go with a hard curve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that shit was, those was the type of incidents that really moved on the fentanyl ban.
Yeah.
And all that, like the shit you can't really see happen. These the shits that's changing the course of how brothers is being sentenced now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Deaths like Mac Miller, high profile shit.
Yeah.
That's like real, especially in the city. It's real interesting to see his family started like a foundation against those type of things. And,
Yeah.
you know, they got the resources,
No doubt.
along with the influence to sway certain shit, man. So it's like sad, man. Real sad. Was young as shit.
Yeah.
Basically still a baby, you know what I mean? But like I said, bro, real cool, man. And most dope was fitting. We did 2 tours together. Killed the city, multiple songs, you know, videos. It's one of the best to do it from the city, I must say.
Yeah. Okay. Did you working with him, or let's say y'all being on the same label, did it introduce you to a new body of fans?
Absolutely. And you know, till this day, you know, those are still the biggest rotations. You know what I'm saying? Like his fan base, solid to the core.
They appreciate you the most.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, it's like, you know, it's kind of funny because in the city, you know, we know the story of everybody's development.
Right.
But to the industry, it's like, that's Mac's boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No
Which
doubt.
is cool, you know what I mean?
No
I love
doubt.
it, but no doubt, man. Mac was the man, bro. And yeah, the songs we had together do extremely well. The fans he introduced me to, extremely loyal.
Yeah.
They still swing through for albums, listenings,
No doubt.
release parties.
That's that good fan base.
It's that good fan base, man. And that's hip hop.
Yeah.
As you get to grow, increase your situation,
Right.
there's just so much difference in you know, going to go perform at this club, it's going to go perform at this amphitheater or this
Yeah.
arena. You know what I'm saying? The dynamic switch. You ain't in the hood place no more. You're in a professional setting, showing these people you could be an artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a total different play, man. So, you know, I couldn't be more grateful for that, no question.
Okay. Did you have the song "Still City" out before you got down with Rostrum? Was that out already?
Yeah, that's funny as hell. Cause I was just telling my wife, like, yo, those grind hard days is what really gave a motherfucker his footing in his game.
Yeah.
But I'm so much more polished now. Like, as an artist, a songwriter, and I'm like, yo, you gotta really. Steel City was a wave for the town.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's sound, like it doesn't surpass that per se, in the sense of local hit, shall I say?
Yes.
People all around the world love it,
Yeah.
but
It meant more to the bird.
it meant a lot to the bird.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like it's one of those songs that's just like, play this new shit. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, play this new shit, man.
So you fit what I gather from what you just said is, did that song kind of create like an identity for you? Like people identified you with that song?
Bro. I mean,
Was it hard to snap out of that?
Nah, because it was still growth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, bro, I feel like I'm always setting trends, new styles,
Yeah.
new way to do things, being innovative in ways other artists can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, you know, something I've been blessed with, bro. You feel me? I was just peeping. I was telling Shorty that in the cover, like, it's like this. Everybody's liking this. Come like it's art.
Yeah.
That ain't just music. Well, people looking at the fashion, they looking at the color.
All of it.
That shit's popping. I'm like, that's hip hop, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So once you got down with Rostrum, did y'all do the whole touring thing and everything as a label?
We did the touring thing as a label, but not as a label. And I think that was what was really a confusing thing. at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was really just a sense of marketing off of every situation. Under the Influence tour, I think that was either 13 or 14. We all was on it. Me, Mac, Wiz, Chevy, all the, you know, the Pittsburgh A-team, I guess you could
Stars.
say. You know, and
Yeah.
I didn't know Kendrick Lamar at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the music, but I'm like, he just, you know, he's just another big star, big rapper from LA.
Yeah.
But I watched this dude really, he got the most out of the tour per se.
Oh yeah.
Even with big stars like Mac, Wiz, headliners, killing it. But this was really the beeline of homies shit doing, like,
For real.
it was amazing to see. It's my bro coming to the show, he like, I'm like, yeah, you coming? I'm coming. He's like, yeah, I'm coming to see that kid Kendrick Lamar. And I'm like, damn. So I'm now at this point, I'm like, let me tune into this kid, man. He's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice. But he wasn't really, he wasn't as sociable as like a Schoolboy or a J-Rock on the tour per se. Like, I ain't knowing that well, but them brothers was, yo, what's up?
Oh,
Come
J
on,
Rock
bro.
hood. Yeah. Yeah. A lot more hood.
Bro, beelining back and forth. He was focused.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't marketed like it was a Rostrum tour. A little bigger, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
given the extension of the other artists, but I think there was just mistakes labels made along the way
Okay.
of like either, you know, you get so much value out of marketing this entity as opposed to the whole. I think that's what makes TDE so sweet too, is like they take opportunities to say, nah, Kendrick, yeah, but let's throw the whole situation in this.
Right.
So you can see everybody and everything's marketability as a brand. We TDE over here. I don't think Rostrum had that vision at the time in terms of, now I'm not just going to make my artist stars, but I'm going to do the label at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Having so much success off of Wiz and Mac, I think just made it a little, you know, oblivious of a goal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
no, it ain't even important for me to put it in this perspective, because this is moving in such a way. I guess it's a little bliss.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. It was great though.
Right.
Good marketing. You know what I'm saying? Put the album on a certain platform.
Okay. What I need to know now is what happened to Rostrum. Like I said, I just read this dope ass book. I enjoyed that. The way they built it, the way that they were shocked, the way his fans came from IUP and Penn State, and, you know what I mean, that whole area outside of Allegheny, like
Definitely.
coming out of the sticks and the suburbs and shit to support hip hop and shit. So boom, the label start popping. This is a label out of Pittsburgh, PA. Why did it seem like people never took note that Rostrum was in Pittsburgh? Like it was coming out of Pittsburgh. Like it just seemed like it was. Maybe it was elsewhere, like it was in California or something. Like it didn't. When I'm reading the book, I'm like, damn, they was really, they really built this shit in the bird. They really got this shit up off the ground in the bird. And I'm 2 hours away. Like, why didn't we know until?
Yeah, I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier in terms of just that gangster influence.
Yeah.
And like, where does this shit come from? If you ain't really representing that dynamic in Pittsburgh, ain't nobody really like pushing you as a representation of it.
Okay.
To where they like, nah, Rostrum is it, right? Like, they're like, yo, where he from? What that? Who know him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So being as though he from, I think bro from Squirrel Hill, you know, his culture's different.
Yeah.
The way he identifies is different. So you wouldn't have heard about that, I think, in the same way you might have heard about a label like the government, per se.
I'm glad you mentioned them because I was hearing about
you know
them.
what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But them is different grapevines.
Yeah.
And I think that inspired bruh even more so to become successful. And, you know, he just was, bro, I think he had his vision on the business early, you know, and that's just something we kind of miss, per se, in the urban setting. We expect them to pop and the glitter first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's so much better when you get that shit, and by the time you look up, it's like, oh, he how rich? Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, we're gonna move past the rostrum thing. I had all of those questions. Those questions.
Great label though. They still doing their thing. Just
Is they still active?
Yeah. Well,
Did they went west?
Went west.
Okay.
So it's more you're getting like rock, alternative.
Yeah.
And I think bro got a little different schematics for like buying up old labels and old publishing rights to shit that we thoroughly enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just smart business, man. You know?
That's what it is. It's about making sure things thrive. Okay. You caught me totally off guard with this album, man. Like I'm like, damn. My man that went on to open up a restaurant, he probably getting money over there. He probably ain't tripping off a rap. I ended up dropping an album that you would have fit in perfectly with. And I never said nothing to you about it because I didn't think you was getting busy anymore. I was like, I ain't gonna ask you, man.
You gotta shoot, bro.
Alright, I know, man.
For sure, bro.
I know.
And that's why I pull up on you, bro. I'm like, damn, bro pulled up on me to let me know what time it is in terms of
Yeah, this Tragedy Gaddafi repping that true ever, forever, respectfully. Tune in, stay tuned. We with that Gully TV. Everything Gully, everything ooh ah. 2-5, Queens finest.